Okay. So first, could you just tell me your name and what your business is called?
Absolutely. I am Natalie Jark, and I'm actually self-branded. So I run a web design coaching and consulting business that helps business owners do good online, essentially.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about you, the you behind everything.
Absolutely. Well, do you want me to go back and tell you a little bit of my story and how I got here, or just tell you everything that I do?
Actually, just a little bit about you outside of your business, like just you as a person.
Oh, beautiful. I am first and foremost, an expecting mother, which I'm very excited about. I live in Parker, Colorado, which is just a suburb south of Denver.
Okay.
And my husband and I just moved into a brand new home, which we're considering our family home, and now filling with children, hopefully here in March. So we have a lot
Awesome.
going on, but very happy here. I'm a Colorado native. And have you ever been to Colorado?
I have. It's beautiful there.
I'm very blessed to say that like I get to see the mountains pretty much on a regular basis, but we get to see all the seasons as well. So I try to enjoy the outdoors and hiking and getting active and getting some fresh air as much as possible. But
Yeah, I don't do that where I live because I live in Oklahoma and it's horrible here weather-wise. But when we moved back to the
ugh,
West Coast, that was me on the West Coast because I'm a California girl. We're moving to Washington, so that's
yes.
me on the West Coast. We drive through Colorado. My husband and I have never taken a plane trip together. We've driven every trip we've taken to the West Coast.
Oh my goodness. Road
So
trips, that's
we've
fun.
driven through Colorado quite a few times, and we have
I'm
friends
sure.
there. So
Oh, good. We'll
so yeah.
stop by and say hello next time that you're here.
I will let you know next time we're going to drive through. Our next time driving through, I think, is our big move to the West Coast.
Ooh, okay. It's gonna be
So
crazy then.
it
So
will
I'll
be
just cook you
crazy.
dinner on the way and we'll be good to go.
Okay. All right. I I love that. I miss like it's so hot here in the summer and then it's so cold in the winter. It's almost like you get very little time to do the outside stuff and then we have lakes, but we're flat. So there's no mountains. There's really not much in that way. So,
Yes, I enjoy a good lake day, but there's something about getting up in the mountains and getting that fresh mountain air that is so crisp and mostly cold,
yes.
that really just like, I don't know, gets you going. So
I like the
it's a good thing.
mountains, but I'm a beach girl. So
Ooh, okay.
I miss the West Coast. I miss the ocean. The lake, especially here, most of them don't do much for me. They're just eh. Although we
Yeah.
live right next to one of the prettier lakes in our area. It's literally like right behind our house.
Oh,
So it's
beautiful.
really nice. But
Good.
so tell me a little bit about your business and how you kind of got started and what you do and why you do it.
Absolutely. So I am by trade a user experience designer. So what that means is that I focus on everything digital when it comes to businesses. So whether that be websites or SaaS applications, so software as a service platforms such as Facebook or Instagram or anything you have to
Okay.
log into.
I was like,
Um,
I've never heard that term before.
that's okay. That's why I'm here to educate and to open everybody's minds to things. So I can
Awesome.
create platforms like that, as well as mobile applications, tablet things, etc. So that's where my original expertise comes in. But I've always been super drawn to the empathy side of things, to finding new ways to connect with our audience and develop those deeper relationships with them all online. And so that's when I started developing my own business about 2 years ago. I took the launch out of corporate and started my own business to help small business owners do good online through coaching and consulting services.
Very good. So, what do your services like? What do they look like now for people that might be interested in what they could get from you?
Absolutely. I do 12-week coaching programs for the people who are super small and want to do it all themselves. I love to empower the small business owners who want to create a website and do it the right way from the beginning, or to modify an existing website that they have and kind of lay a more solid foundation. So I will guide them through my empath method, which focuses on empathy and getting to know your audience and to create something for them so that you can do good online, and to create those inclusive spaces online through accessibility practices. So that's my primary offering, is the coaching, but I also do the done for you because, as you know, as entrepreneurs, we wear a lot of hats, and sometimes you just want to push it onto somebody else and say,
Yeah.
please lay this grit foundation for me. So I do it for my customers and clients as well, depending on what they want.
Awesome. I like that because that's the whole reason I use my membership is run through Teachable. So now the
Mhm.
reason I use Teachable as my primary website is because literally like I don't want to figure it all out. And I
Yeah,
just
it's
plug and
hard.
play. And I am one of those people that is of the belief you don't need a perfect website to succeed, but it helps. So the fact that it's plug and play and it's nice, but
Mhm.
as I expand, something like what you offer would be so helpful because I would like to just have it all in one house one day,
Mhm.
especially as I launch more books as an author. That's the one thing I don't have yet is my author website because I haven't figured that out and it doesn't fit with my blog or my Teachable because
One step at a time.
I'm a fiction author. So I'm like, I'm not going to
Oh,
worry about that right now. That's
yeah.
awesome. So I just thought of a new question. It's not even on my list, but when you were
Yeah.
talking about the the um the
Empathy?
software
Oh,
as a service,
yes.
is that what you said?
SaaS platforms is what
SaaS
it's
platforms.
SaaS. So software as a service.
Okay.
Um, yep.
So what does that mean for someone like what if a business owner like me one day wanted some kind of app or maybe their own like not necessarily social media for everybody but for their
Mhm.
coaching community, like is that something that would include, and then how would that work and how would you teach them about that?
Absolutely. So it gets a little bit more complicated when it comes to software as a service kinds of platforms. That's
Okay.
when we're going to want to hire out an actual developer to do it for us. But the design aspect is where I can empower my coaches and clients or do it for them to design really engaging platforms that are targeted towards their users' needs or their customers' needs. So think about, let's say it's a startup business that they want to create a platform that's specifically targeted at Christian entrepreneurs to help them connect a little bit further and find jobs through that platform. You can create essentially like a subscription service for them to be a part of that platform, so they can have some kind of membership, right?
Right.
And they would have a bunch of tools available to them within that, as well as maybe networking services similar to Facebook or LinkedIn, and they
Right.
can send messages back and forth. So that is definitely something that I can help with if that's something that, small business owners have on their heart to go out and do good with. It's just the possibilities are endless, but we'll want a developer for that because it gets pretty technical to make sure that all of that stuff works
So you
correctly.
would like help them with the design and then partner with the developer to put it all into like reality. that's
You got it.
that's
Yes.
so awesome. I love that because I've been trying to figure out, I don't know. It's the big dream part of things. Like I'm not there
Yeah.
yet, but when you said that, I
Dream
was like,
big, hun.
that
Dream
sounds like
big.
so cool. But
Yes.
I love where we are now, but I want the moms in my community to be
Mhm.
able to connect, and anyway, I love that. So
And you guys can do these things and make these decisions. You just need to have somebody guide you along the way and know what to do in making the
right.
design decisions for your people.
And I think that's the hardest part for other business owners I've talked to is
Mhm.
when we do all wear a lot of hats, like you said. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of us do that because not only we feel like we have to, but we kind of want to because it's our baby. So we like,
Yes.
I need to do this my way. And we forget that there are people out there that do things that we don't do, which is why
Mhm.
in my business, I have connected with people who like I help my clients with their businesses, their chronic illness, and how to manage everything together and with motherhood and all
Mhm.
that. But if
Yes.
they are like, I really want to be in web design, great. I can help you start like the foundations of your business, but I can't give you the tools you need for the web design. I need to connect you to another person or a coach or something. And that's where connecting with someone like you comes in, or
Yes.
those virtual assistants. If I have someone that's like, I really want to be a virtual assistant, or I want to hire one, I'm not
Mhm.
a virtual assistant, but I can get you connected to someone who can teach you, who coaches them, or who is in the business to do it. And you can, so I've been working on networking and building that up for my clients so they have a one-stop shop, because there are things we can't do on our own.
Absolutely.
So
The tribe is so important. And
yes,
especially in the times that we are right now with pandemic and just life being crazy, it is
yeah,
so important to have that tribe, that community of people that we can fall back on and just say, hey, I need help with this. I want to be able to do it on my own, but I recognize that I need help. And sometimes it's best to just get an expert involved. And a lot of people, when you start developing your tribe, give away a lot of free advice and services just out of the goodness of their heart because they want to see people succeed. And that's what I love about building community is we
yeah,
want to help people succeed. I think you're right on board with that as well, is sharing knowledge so that we can all
yes.
succeed.
Yeah, exactly. Because I also get a little, this is a little tangent, but I also get a little frustrated when I do see the business owners or the coaches that claim that they're so successful and they've done this and that, and they give free stuff away that really does no good for anybody, but they hold so tightly to everything else. And that is not the kind of business owner I want to be. And
Hmm.
it's not the kind of business owner I want to connect with. And so I tell my clients, like, I'm here to help you reach your goals. So if your goal is a 7-figure business, I'm going to help you get there. That's not my goal. So if you're wondering why I'm not a 7-figure business, because that's not my goal. If I get there, great, but that's not what
Yeah.
I'm about. But if that is your dream and goal, we're going to get there. We're going to help you do that. But when people forget, there are billions of people in the world. There's
Yes.
so much room at the table for everybody. And we just
Mhm.
need to, like, okay, let's share this. Let's figure this out. Let's
Yeah.
connect people where they need to be. And yeah, so I love that. When I first saw one of your posts, it just spoke to me so much with what you're doing.
Oh,
I love
yay. Good. I mean, I truly believe in the power of connection and sharing what we have because we all are on individual journeys and
yeah,
we all want different things and we can help each other get there if we're just, willing to give a little bit of ourselves and do good.
absolutely. I completely agree. Along the way though, we all do face challenges. So what's been your biggest challenge so far starting your business or facing down running a business in motherhood? What's been some big challenges for you that you've faced?
Probably the biggest is accepting the fact that in order to do what I want to do, it's probably not going to pay off immediately. We all want those immediate returns. We all want to see the money coming into the bank account right away. We want to see the amazing
Yes.
testimonials coming in from our clients. We want all those things. But in order to do it the right way, it takes a little patience and a lot of hard work and connection making and accepting the fact that, maybe I'm not going to make the big bucks right away. Maybe I'm going to just make it in small increments and build my tribe and get my message out, the message that's written on my
Absolutely.
heart.
Yeah.
That's more important to me is to get out my message and to do it the right way so that I'm creating authentic relationships with people. And I have finally gotten to that step. So hooray.
That's
but
good.
but that was a big struggle, when you want to support your family, you want to
Yeah,
support your growing business and your growing business ideas. Everything costs money these days.
it does. Yeah.
It's hard to accept the fact that sometimes you have to be patient and do it the right way to actually build the empire that you want or the community you want.
I completely agree. And I think that's something a lot of moms in business especially want to see that
Mhm.
return right away. But also I think we as statistics say, even in today's world, we still carry the emotional load of our families. Whether we
Mhm.
are stay at home moms, whether we work from home or work outside of the home, it doesn't matter. Moms carry the load. And
Mhm.
for those of us that have other hurdles to go through, or we're trying to build businesses, or we don't want to leave our babies at home or like at daycare while we go to work, we
Yeah.
want to see that return so much faster to make
Mhm.
it make sense. And
Mhm.
unfortunately, I think some women don't have the partnership that I have, and it sounds like you also have, right?
Yeah,
Support.
which makes it
And it's so much harder when the partner is like, well, where's the finances from this? Where's that? And
mhm.
what they don't realize is we usually do that for ourselves in our brain, like
Yeah.
we're really like already on it in our head. Like, why aren't you bringing in enough? Why aren't you,
Mhm.
so I think that's a big challenge that a lot of us face,
Yeah.
especially if you're still in our 9 to 5 or we're still
Mm.
working for someone else or what have you.
Mhm.
Seeing that quick return seems to be a big thing that we face. So,
Absolutely. And I think that the best advice I can give for those 9 to 5ers out there who are just starting a dream, who have kids they have to put down,
mhm,
in the evenings, and they have to support their husband as much as possible, and, the house, the laundry, the you
mhm,
name it, do what you can. Do
yeah,
what you can when you can, but always still make yourself a priority. You don't want to lose yourself in this process, right? I've
right, yeah.
realized the importance of taking care of myself, and my better me life is what I call it.
Oh, I love that.
Mentally, that's actually a side hobby that I have, is my better me life on Instagram, or
Oh
the
my
better
goodness,
me
I'm
life on
writing that down.
Instagram.
I know
Yes,
we're
please.
recording. I know we're recording, but I'm like, I don't want to forget this.
Yep, the Better Me Life is my Instagram handle. It's just a little hobby project that I haven't been working on lately because business has been a little
Right.
crazy, in all transparency, but it is to empower people to live their best selves mentally, physically, and emotionally.
I
Because if
love
you don't
that.
make yourself a priority and take care of yourself first, you are no good for anyone else. So
I'm gonna
we
go
talk
follow this
workouts.
and share it with my followers because I love this. Because the three
Beautiful.
pillars of my business that I work on with my mamas is home, marriage, and family, business, and self. So
Yes,
self care,
yes.
stress management, and soul care because we get lost, and that's the whole basis of it. I tell my people, I am here to help you get out of your own way so that you
Hmm.
can claim your God given identity and dreams because
Oh, I love that.
so lost in motherhood. Like when you get there,
Yes.
reach out to me
5 months and counting.
because
4 months
those
and counting.
those first few weeks, we honestly get so wrapped up in caring for this little being who can't take care of themselves. Like we're doing great work, but we kind of tend to lose ourselves. Even I think the best mother out there would say that there are moments where they're like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know who I am anymore. And so it's those moments we need our tribe. We need other moms.
Hmm.
We need those friends we've cultivated. Like I remember talking to other friends. Like for me, it was even a deeper level. I had postpartum depression twice,
Mm,
um,
so hard.
bordering on getting pretty close to postpartum psychosis. So mine was really extreme with
Yeah.
my first one. This time around, it hasn't been as extreme, but I also was already medicated. So I was
It
already
helps.
I was already
It helps.
prepared because we had two under
Hmm.
two. But with my daughter, it was really bad. And so reaching out to other people who had been there
Hmm.
and everything. So I love that. I'm gonna follow, I'm gonna share it with my people.
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna put it out there because I am such an advocate of self-care. It is one of the pillars of my business. It's actually one of the first things I teach in all my coaching is really practical ways to build that back into our lives.
Hmm.
We can't we can't do what we need to do as moms without it, especially if we're carrying the emotional load of our families. And
Hmm.
for those of us that have really supportive spouses, it's a lot easier.
Hmm.
But for others, it's even harder. And so I I could go on about self-care all day as a therapist,
I
as
could
a
too. I
coach,
love
as a
it. Yes.
mom, like,
I love it.
oh,
It's helped me through a lot of mental stability. Like I have anxiety and depression as well, and I'm trying to do what I can to prepare myself for the postpartum experience post pregnancy. And it's hard. It's
right.
hard to accept these things. But my better me life practices, by getting moving, by eating the
Yes.
right things, by having some silence worked into my day through meditation and journaling and books,
Yes.
has really helped me root back into myself and be a better business owner, wife, and future mama.
Yes. What I walk some of my mamas through, and this is just a freebie. It's in all my trainings, but I call it, I'm trying to figure out exactly what to call it, but I usually refer to it as the 5 minutes of self-centered calming, which sounds
Ooh,
really like
yes.
conceited, but it's not. And I tell them, like, maybe it's 5 minutes while you're getting ready. For me, it's while I'm getting ready in the morning and listening to scriptures. For them, it
Love
might
it.
be putting up like affirmations on their mirror while they're getting ready,
Mm-hmm.
or listening to worship music, or maybe it's a
Mm-hmm.
cup of coffee in their journal, whatever it is. And then it's also that time at night. And I say 5 minutes because that's the bare minimum we should be allowed. Like, at the very least,
Bare minimum.
at the
Yes.
very least, you should get
Mm-hmm.
this in your day. You need more, but at the very least. But I usually try to say, like, in the 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes at night, so that's 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
where you get that in. And then I also I do gratitude every day. In my
Yes.
planner is not with me, but I
Mm-hmm.
have a planner, and then in my planner
That's what I
every day.
do.
Yes, very
Yep.
good.
That is what I do as well. You'd be very proud of me.
I just write it in my journal. I write one thing I'm thankful for, one how I was feeling throughout the, because I also have anxiety, so tracking that's really important.
Mm-hmm.
So I am an advocate for that. So you kind of
All
answered my
right.
last question already, but the next to last was going to be, what's your biggest dream for your business? Like, if you just everything was out of the way and you just got everything you wanted, what would that look like?
I would absolutely love to see, some kind of coaching or online course program completely take off and help a wider variety of people.
Okay.
I want to be able to help the small business owners who can only afford the small things. Whether that's an online course that just teaches them the basics of how to handle their website and do good online, all the way up to actually guiding them through the coaching program, like I mentioned to you. I want to be able to reach them where they're at in their journey and be able to support them, their business, and their cause. Like, I'm all about creating the relationships. I want to create relationships with my people so that I can support their causes. And a lot of people that I work with give back through their business. And so I want to be able to help them donate more money to the local rescue that they're in love with, or to the
Right.
local food bank that they love to help or promote. Or even if it's just like a larger cause, like um, sustainable energy or something like
Right.
that. I have
Yeah.
been introduced to so many incredible different business owners who have amazing causes on their heart. And if I could see them and their cause succeed, that would make me feel like I'm actually doing good through God's love and what he has intended for me, and I'm helping them in their journey. So that would be my biggest goal.
I
And then
love that.
obviously to be a good mother and still be able
Yes.
to contribute to my family and
Yes.
be able to be there for all those big life moments. I want to, like you said before, I want to be there to hear the cackling in the other room and go running to see the first steps. Like, I want to
Yes.
be that mother, and that's the trajectory that I'm on, hopefully. So
Which is great. Do you use that as one of your taglines? I want to support, I'm here to support you, your business, and your cause, because that's awesome. You need to like,
I'm gonna write
you
that
need
down
to
because that
bottle
just
that
kind of
up.
came out of the whim.
Yeah, you need to like write that down and bottle it up, because that right there, I was like, oh, I want you to do that for me. Like, I love that. So
Beautiful. You're just doing my
that's a
sales
good one.
pitches now.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. All of my
I,
marketing, you're
you
helping me
know,
out.
just, yeah, I love that. And that's another thing I think is great about community. I had a friend recently. She has been going through it this year. A lot of us have, but she has been going through it. And she sent me a message just out of the blue. And I was like, I just need to take her words and put them back in what I'm doing, because I know the moms I work for and with are feeling what she and I are feeling. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just like this, like, okay. And so I got a chance to tell her she's not alone. I got to feel like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not alone. And like, this is just a friend of mine, much less building up the community, which is what I want. So that's where community
Yes.
comes in too. Have you
Oh,
done the Strengths
absolutely.
Finder before?
Which one?
Like
I
the
don't think I don't think so.
Okay. I love the Strengths Finder. It's the best. I know everyone's all Enneagram this and Enneagram
I
that,
know, I was like, I've done Enneagram,
which
I've
I
done
also love.
16
It's
personalities.
literally just called the Strengths Finder. It's
Cool.
I think
Okay.
Gallup published it, but it
Yeah.
gives you your top 5 strengths, and it's based in strength psychology. So it's got a lot of
Mhm.
evidence backing it. And it also talks about how your strength is often kind of the flip side of your biggest weakness. So it gives you your top 5 strengths, but you sound like me, you're probably a connectedness as one of your top strengths, which is like
Mhm.
we realize that the world is connected. Like we know that someone made the products we're using. We know that they have an impact on us. We know
Mhm.
that what we do has an impact on the world. Anyway, it just sounded like that.
I love that. That's exactly how I
I
feel.
use it with my
Yeah.
clients because I think the best way we can figure out, I love the Enneagram too, don't get me wrong. I think that one's
Mhm.
impeccable. But as for when we're actually showing up in the world and giving of ourselves, finding a place that's authentic to us is really important. And that's where the Strengths Finder comes in. So I
Yes.
recommend it.
I'm
But
gonna
I
go
did,
check it out. I think I've heard of it before, and I might have taken it at some point in the journey, but I don't. I've taken so many at this point that
right?
I'm
We've
trying to
all
just
done
keep
so
everything
many.
in there.
I literally just hold on to the Enneagram and that one. And then I do have the Myers Briggs, the 16 personalities, but
Mhm.
being in psychology, I know like the science behind it and I know it's not like the most accurate.
Yeah.
Whereas the Enneagram is a really actually pretty spot on with how people
Mhm.
are. Um,
My sister
yeah,
really resonates with her Enneagram. Like it's really kind of helped her
I
figure
think
out life a little bit
I
more.
think it's helped me as well. And then the Strengths Finder I do with all my clients because one of my strengths is developer and it's helping people see where they fit in the world and I want to help them be in the best position for success possible. And I
Amazing.
think knowing our strengths is the best way to do that. Like
Mhm.
I am never going to put like I would never want to put someone who's like I can't think of them all right now, but I want to know where to put my people, where to help
Yeah.
guide them, connect them, things like that.
What
So
the best space is for them.
yeah,
I agree.
exactly. Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
So, well, thank you so much for doing this. I'm so excited. This
absolutely.
has been so much fun, and I can't wait to share this with my audience and have you share it with yours and
Yes.
spread the word about what you do for people and let them
Thank
know
you.
like, hey, this service is out there, and we are encouraging people to just continue to give back in the world. So, I
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much for inviting me to chat with you today. I've
yes, you're
absolutely
so
loved it,
welcome.
getting to know some of your business and your tips and tricks because I'm definitely going to go back and start applying them to my own mindset practices, and it's going
Yes,
to be so helpful. So thank you.
you're so welcome. All right. Well, I will talk to you soon, friend.
Sounds wonderful. I will see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.